In a statement that has ignited fierce debate across political, scientific, and religious communities, J.D. Vance has made a startling claim: extraterrestrials may not be visitors from distant galaxies, but rather demonic entities in disguise. The Ohio senator's remarks, delivered during a recent interview and amplified across social media, have sent shockwaves through both believers and skeptics alike. While some applaud his willingness to explore unconventional ideas, others worry that such statements blur the line between faith, science, and public policy. So what exactly did Vance say? Why is it gaining traction now? And what does it reveal about the evolving intersection of UFO phenomena, religion, and modern politics? Let's break it all down. Revolving light, the statement that started it all. During a candid discussion about unidentified aerial phenomena (UAPs), the modern term for UFOs, Vance expressed skepticism toward the popular assumption that these sightings represent extraterrestrial life. Instead, he offered a dramatically different interpretation. There's a possibility that what we're dealing with isn't aliens in the traditional sense. I think we should seriously consider that these entities could be something spiritual, possibly even demonic. He went even further, promising to investigate the matter personally. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. That final line, equal parts determined and ominous, quickly became a viral talking point. Flying saucer UFOs, UAPs, and a new era of disclosure. Vance's comments come at a time when interest in UFOs is at an all-time high. Over the past few years, the U.S. government has declassified multiple reports acknowledging encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena. Agencies like the Pentagon have confirmed that military pilots have observed objects displaying flight capabilities beyond known human technology. Additionally, hearings in Congress have included testimony from whistleblowers who claim the government possesses recovered non-human craft, though these claims remain unverified. Against this backdrop, Vance's remarks tap into a growing sense that something unexplained is happening, but he challenges the dominant narrative that it must be extraterrestrial. Smile with horns, the demonic hypothesis, explained. The idea that UFOs could be linked to spiritual or demonic forces is not new, but it has largely existed on the fringes of both theology and ufology. Vance's comments bring this theory into the political mainstream. What does this theory suggest? Supporters argue that UFO encounters often include psychological or spiritual elements, such as telepathy or altered consciousness. Historical accounts of angels, demons, and supernatural beings bear similarities to modern alien encounters. The phenomenon may be deceptive in nature, presenting itself differently across cultures and eras. In this view, what we interpret as aliens could actually be manifestations of something far older, and potentially more dangerous. Church faith meets the unknown. Vance, who has spoken openly about his Christian faith, is not alone in exploring spiritual interpretations of UFOs. Throughout history, religious thinkers have wrestled with how to interpret unexplained phenomena. Medieval accounts of sky beings were often framed as angels or demons. In modern times, some theologians argue that extraterrestrial life would still fall under divine creation. Others warn that not all spiritual encounters are benevolent. For Vance, the possibility that UAPs could be demonic aligns with a worldview in which spiritual warfare is real and ongoing. Microscope scientists push back. Unsurprisingly, many scientists have strongly rejected Vance's claims. Experts in astronomy and physics emphasize that there is no empirical evidence linking UFOs to supernatural entities. Most UAP sightings can be explained by natural phenomena, human-made technology, or observational errors. Introducing religious explanations into scientific investigations risks undermining credibility. Organizations like NASA have consistently approached UFO research from a strictly scientific perspective, focusing on data, observation, and testable hypotheses. To them, the demonic explanation is not just unproven, it's unfalsifiable, making it incompatible with scientific methodology. Megaphone public reaction: fascination, fear, and mockery. As expected, Vance's remarks have triggered a wide range of reactions. Supporters say, he's brave for questioning mainstream narratives. He's acknowledging the spiritual dimension often ignored in modern discourse. He's opening the door to a more holistic understanding of reality. Critics argue, his comments are dangerous and misleading. They risk fueling conspiracy theories. They distract from legitimate scientific inquiry. Social media platforms have been flooded with memes, debates, and heated arguments, turning Vance's statement into a cultural flashpoint. Brain why this idea resonates now. To understand why Vance's comments are gaining traction, we need to look at the broader cultural context. 1. Distrust in institutions. Many people are skeptical of official explanations, especially when it comes to government secrecy around UFOs. 2. Rise of spiritual curiosity. There's a growing interest in spirituality, the paranormal, and alternative explanations for reality. 3. Information overload. In an age of constant information, people are more exposed to fringe theories, and more willing to consider them. Vance's statement sits at the intersection of all three trends. Classical building political implications. As a sitting U.S. Senator, Vance's words carry weight beyond personal opinion. His comments raise important questions. Should elected officials promote speculative theories? How do such statements affect public trust in government? Could this influence policy decisions related to UAP investigations? While there's no indication that Vance's views will shape official policy, they do highlight the growing politicization of UFO discourse. Stop sign the risks of mixing science and theology. One of the biggest concerns raised by critics is the potential consequence of blending religious beliefs with scientific inquiry. Potential risks include misallocation of research resources, increased polarization, erosion of scientific standards. At the same time, proponents argue that science doesn't have all the answers, and that dismissing spiritual perspectives outright may be equally limiting. Puzzle piece: a deeper question: what are we really seeing? At its core, the debate sparked by Vance's comments isn't just about aliens or demons. It's about something much bigger. How do we interpret the unknown? Human history is filled with moments where unexplained phenomena forced us to rethink our understanding of the world. Lightning was once seen as divine wrath. Disease was attributed to curses or spirits. The stars were thought to be fixed in a celestial dome. Over time, science provided new explanations, but the sense of mystery never fully disappeared. Milky Way: the possibilities still on the table. Despite decades of research, the true nature of UAPs remains unresolved. Current theories include advanced human technology, natural atmospheric phenomena, extraterrestrial life, interdimensional entities, psychological or perceptual effects. Vance's demonic hypothesis adds another layer to this already complex puzzle. Balance scale: balancing curiosity and caution. There's nothing inherently wrong with asking bold questions, but the way those questions are framed matters. Vance's comments highlight the tension between open-minded exploration, evidence-based reasoning. Striking the right balance is crucial, especially when the topic has the potential to influence public perception and policy. Crystal ball: what happens next? Vance has stated that he intends to get to the bottom of this, though it's unclear what that will entail. Possibilities include supporting further congressional hearings on UAPs, consulting with experts in science and theology, advocating for greater transparency from government agencies. Whether his investigation leads to new insights, or simply more controversy, remains to be seen. Brain: final thoughts. J.D. Vance has ignited a conversation that goes far beyond politics. By suggesting that extraterrestrials might be demonic entities, he has forced people to confront fundamental questions about reality, belief, and the limits of human understanding. Is he tapping into a deeper truth, or venturing into dangerous speculation? For now, there are no clear answers. But one thing is certain: the mystery of UFOs isn't just about what's in the sky, it's about how we make sense of the unknown. And in that sense, the debate is far from over.